In today's video, we're talking about an issue that every Subaru owner will run into eventually, and that is wiring issues. Whether it's an engine swap, broken connector, corrosion, or the notorious rodent damage that we've recently dealt with quite a bit here on the channel, one company comes to mind time after time, rising to the top, and that is iWire. Today we're going to be talking about iWire's products, their solutions, what you can get in the form of their swap products, their repair products in pigtails and connectors. Save yourself some money, because when you're talking wiring in Subarus, it can get very expensive and very complicated very quickly. With that said, let's jump into the video. So why is Subaru wiring complicated or expensive? It's not really much more so than any other auto manufacturer brand out there. It's just that the connectors and parts are pretty specific and difficult to locate in the outside world, say at your local parts store or sometimes even at the local Subaru dealership. And that's where companies like iWire come into place, with easily being able to source those hard to find parts. Now, iWire started many years ago as a wiring solution for engine swaps. Now, with Subarus and swapping engines and drivelines, most of us know that Subarus are the quote-unquote Lego car, where basically any drivetrain, any engine, etc. can be bolted directly into other chassis with very little modification, if any, needed at all. Say you're putting a WRX engine and driveline in an old Impreza RS, or you want to put an STI 6-speed conversion in your Forester XT. iWire was the solution to help, because physically the parts bolted in, but getting the electronics to talk to each other was the real nightmare. You had to track hundreds of wires, deep in, move stuff around, and create a way for these parts that weren't supposed to be there to talk to each other through engine harnesses, bulkhead harnesses, dash harnesses, the ECU, and other modules, and that can be a real nightmare. So iWire started as a merge service, where they would merge harnesses from the driveline you wanted into the chassis you wanted, making it a plug-and-play operation on the wiring side for these engine swaps, drivetrain swaps, etc., for the performance and aftermarket side for Subaru owners. So that's where iWire really got their start, really got their name out there for Subaru wiring, was the merge harness solutions, where you would send in your wiring harnesses and they would merge the two together, the one for the engine and the one for the vehicle, to make it communicate, make it work, make the dash work, and just make all the electronics work. This is something that is very complicated, or can be very complicated, especially for amateurs or people that are not very versed in automotive electrical systems. You got to know electrical pinouts, connectors. You've got to know exactly where the wiring harness from one ECU for a powertrain goes to the controls for that donor car. And it's very easy to get things mixed up, get them out of place, cause short circuits, damage, and just lots of issues where it won't start, won't run, and can be just a nightmare. So they made an easy solution, offered the service of that merge harness system, got their namesake out there. But now over the years, they've expanded what they do with now full plug-and-play harnesses. They have the pigtails, the connectors, the repair solutions, as well as tooling and more products added. They are the basic authority for anything Subaru wiring. Some of the most popular products to date are their plug-and-play engine swap and transmission swap harnesses, things like battery relocation kits, DCCD standalone controller harnesses, standalone fuel pump management harnesses, their emergency connector kits like this one right here for quick repairs, and things like conversion harnesses that allow you to run aftermarket injectors or aftermarket sensors. This allows Subaru enthusiasts to modify their vehicles with aftermarket parts without having to cut up and hack up their factory wiring harness for a clean plug-and-play solution that can always be easily reverted in the future. Now, they're not fully focused on engine swaps and performance. They do offer a ton of repair products, which is super relevant to this channel, as we've done a lot of Subaru wiring repairs in the past. They offer lots of products in the form of pigtails, connectors, wiring, and just a lot of other solutions for fixing things like broken connectors just due to heat cycles and age and the plastic breaking down. We've got a hands-on demo a little bit later in the video on an alternator pigtail, which is a super common connector to break on Subarus, as well as repairing things like rodent damage, which we've had a lot of in the last month or so. Now, they offer just about every single connector you could possibly need with a quick, easy-to-use website where you type in the year, model, and driveline configuration of your vehicle, and it shows you basically every single connector pigtail solution they have for that specific vehicle, all the way from the ECM connectors down to things like oil pressure, the cam sensors, crank sensors, mass airflow, just anything you can list. They basically have every single thing under one roof in one store. Another huge potential piece of frustration is things like this, where you go to remove a connector on an old vehicle and you hear that snap we just heard right there. And taking this pigtail loose, we broke off the locking tab for this alternator connector. As you saw, it just flew away right there using those wiring connector. This one's really stuck. Wiring harness disconnect pliers. Now, once we get this off of here, this one, like I said, is really stuck, but now the locking pin for this connector is broken away right there. This connector is no good. It's not gonna lock itself in place on that alternator anymore. Over time and vibration, that's gonna wiggle loose, so iWire has a solution for that kind of stuff as well. They offer a whole host of pigtails and connectors for just about every single part of any Subaru vehicle, but they also offer these little repair kits right here. This one specifically for 2002 to 2007. Now, these are geared towards turbocharged applications with the most common connectors to be repaired or to break off. One of those being this one right here, the alternator plug that we just broke on this 2008 Outback. Now, again, you can buy this connector as a standalone from the website, or you can get one of these repair kits for you WRX, STI, Forester XT, Legacy GT owners with the other common to break connectors, as you see up here. So all you've got to do with this kind of kit right here is pull out the connector you need. As you see, there's brand new terminals in there. There's also brand new insulators on the back. You can go and cut this pigtail off. You can crimp on, after stripping the wires, the new pins and the weather connectors, and just pop those pins in this new pigtail or new connector and create a new pigtail and easily fix a issue like this. Like I said, on older Subarus, this plastic gets very brittle. After lots and lots of heat cycles, lots and lots of mileage in 08 with like 200,000+ miles, they're bound to break. It's super common. I've broken a ton of these alternator connectors, but 3 little pins and you're back in business. We looked at the de-pinning tools in the rodent repair video. I used the little snap-on ones, but iWire has a whole host of tools as well for de-pinning, as well as crimping, stripping, specialized crimpers for these terminals, making that easy. All that stuff is available on the website, as well as this stuff, these emergency kind of repair products. So there's the new one versus the old one. As you can see, again, it's just a time and age deal where the plastic gets brittle and breaks. It's bound to happen, but you can quickly and easily repair this. There's 2 options really you can do. You can de-pin this connector and pop the pins right into this housing and use it as is, or you can cut the wire, strip them back, make your harness just a tiny bit shorter, and add those new terminals, which can be good. Again, if the connector is breaking, there's a chance that these old pins may have loosened up. They're not pulling a good amount of drag on the pins in here. They've spread a little bit just from age and stuff. So for the best repair, it's recommended that you replace the pins or the terminals inside the connector as well as the plastic housing, but you always have the option to just swap the housing over for a quick, easy repair of the plastic bit that failed. So for a really quick down and dirty example of how we can make this new again with an iWire connector or pigtail, I'm going to take our de-pin tool here, pull up on this little lock piece, pull this out of the connector without losing it or launching it out. Once we get that out, we can go through and use our de-pin tool to unlock each one of these little terminals. And sorry guys, it's hard to do this without getting down in here and blocking the camera. Now once you've used the de-pinning tool to unlock all of those pins, all you really got to do, like I said, for that quick and down and dirty repair, is slide this off, maintaining orientation, and slide the new one on. until those terminals lock into place. 1, 2, 3. Take your lock, put that on, and boom, like it never happened. You got a brand new pigtail, and it clicks and locks into place. Now, as far as the repair sector is concerned, why should you be looking at OEM components like connectors, pigtails, and other iWire repair solutions compared to just hacking it, DIYing it? More times than not with DIY wiring solutions, especially from people that don't quite understand how wiring works, you do more harm than good. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen people take bare wires, twist them together, wrap them in electrical tape, or take wire nuts from residential wiring and connect wires together just to have an issue or a bigger issue down the road. That stuff doesn't seal. It gets moisture in there, and those wires corrode. That corrosion can go all through the wire, all the way back to the PCM. It can cause tons and tons of issues not doing wiring repairs properly. Now, this stuff doesn't cost a ton of money, especially if you only have one connector to repair. Go through again, easy, type in your year, model, engine, driveline, and it'll show you every solution for that vehicle. The pigtails, the connectors, very cheap, very easy. If you don't feel confident in crimping terminals and putting a new connector on, they sell assembled pigtails where you can crimp them. Very easy, very very good repair where you're not going to go back and worry about it later down the road. Fix it once right and don't worry about it again. Spend a little bit of time and a little bit of money to do it right the first time and not have to worry about it coming back and biting you in the butt later down the road. I see it all the time. A lot of times people think about the connector breaking and just replace the connector, but one issue that happens a lot is pin spread, where the pins will spread, get loose, and they will have a bad connection on the pin they are connecting to in the connector. Things like ignition coil packs, when the tabs break off. I know a lot of people will zip tie them on there, and they'll do all these workarounds to save money from having to replace that connector or go in there and replace the terminals and all of that stuff, but you can cause more issues, and then you're scratching your head and replacing a ignition coil for a misfire or a spark plug when the issue was poor pin fitment between the wiring harness and the ignition coil itself. It can cause all kinds of headaches, all kinds of nightmares down the road for you and your vehicle. At the end of the day, working on your Subaru and electrical issues can be a pain in the butt with engine swap woes, rodent damage, broken connectors, but companies like iWire are there to make it much easier, much less frustrating, and help you do a proper repair the first time and not have to worry about it ever again. Leave your comments below if you have dealt with iWire in the past. Give a review of them. Let others know what you think of your experience with dealing with them. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos and future Subaru and tool content. All of that stuff really helps the channel, really helps me grow, and I do appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.